Have you ever stopped to think about why some people seem to have a different light, a calming energy that brings peace simply by being present? You know that friend everyone seeks out when they need advice, that person who can see both sides of any situation without judging anyone? Well, we're talking about Libra. And today I'm going to reveal something that will make perfect sense to you, who were born under this blessed sign. There are 9 profound spiritual truths that explain why Libra is so special in the eyes of the divine. I'm not talking about luck or chance. I'm talking about a celestial purpose, a sacred mission that was placed in the heart of every Libran from the moment they came into the world. And look, if you're a Libra or know someone of that sign, you know what I'm talking about. There's something about these people that's different, that's pure, that's almost angelic. But do you really know why? Do you understand the depth of the spiritual role Libra came to play here on Earth? Because I'm going to tell you something. When you discover these 9 truths that I'm going to reveal today, you'll see Libra with different eyes. And if you're a Libra, prepare your heart because you'll finally understand why your life is the way it is, why you feel things so deeply, why you were chosen for such a beautiful and challenging mission at the same time. These truths are not merely astrological characteristics. They are divine marks. They are gifts from the Creator. They are signs that there is a greater plan unfolding through each Libra. And the most incredible thing? Many Librans go through life without realizing the magnitude of the blessing they carry. They keep demanding more of themselves, questioning themselves, thinking they need to be different. But the truth is, they are already perfect exactly as they are. Because they were molded by the hands of the divine for a specific and sacred function in this world. So stay with me until the end of this video, because each truth I will share will touch your heart in a special way. And I am certain, absolutely certain, that it is no coincidence that you are here now reading this. Truth 1. Libra carries the divine gift of true justice. Do you know that feeling that something is wrong when you see an injustice happening? That tightness in your chest when someone is being treated unequally or cruelly? Well, my dear Libra, that's not just a personality trait. It's a sacred gift placed in you by the Creator himself. Libra can't pretend not to see when something is unbalanced. It can't simply ignore when someone is being harmed. And do you know why? Because you were chosen to be an instrument of divine justice here on Earth. But listen, when I speak of justice, I'm not talking about that flawed and imperfect human justice. I'm talking about something much greater, much deeper. The justice that Libra carries in its heart is the one that comes from above, the one that doesn't look at appearances, that isn't swayed by prejudices or superficial judgments. It's the justice that truly weighs on people's hearts, that sees beyond what the eyes can see, that understands the circumstances and intentions behind every action. You, a Libra, must have noticed how people seek you out when they need someone to mediate conflicts, haven't you? How you naturally become the person everyone trusts to give an impartial opinion. This is no coincidence, my dear, my love. This is the universe recognizing this precious gift in you. People feel, even without being able to explain it, that there is a special wisdom in you, an ability to see both sides with clarity and compassion. And look how interesting. Libra is represented by the scales, and this has a much deeper spiritual meaning than it seems. The scales are not just a symbol of balance. They represent the ability to measure, to evaluate, to find the perfect point where harmony can exist. And you, Libran, have been blessed with this celestial ability. You can put feelings on one side, reasons on the other, and find that exact point where true justice resides. But I need to tell you something important. This gift is also a responsibility, and sometimes it can weigh on your heart, because you will see injustices that others don't see. You will feel it firsthand when things aren't right. And often you will want to fix everything, resolve everything, put everything in order. But that won't always be possible, and you need to learn to deal with that frustration. Because the divine didn't give you this gift to carry the world on your shoulders. It gave it to you to be a beacon, a light that shows the path of justice to others. And you know what's most beautiful about all this? Libra doesn't seek justice out of revenge or pride. They seek it because they can't live in peace knowing there's imbalance in the world. It's something that comes from within, that burns in your chest, that won't let you rest. It's the voice of the divine echoing in your heart, reminding you of your sacred mission here on Earth. So never underestimate this gift you carry, my dear Libra. Because when you defend what is right, when you stand on the side of true justice, you are being a direct channel of divine will. Truth 2. Libra possesses the heart of a celestial peacemaker. Now I'm going to tell you about one of the most beautiful and sacred characteristics of Libra. Have you ever noticed how a person of this sign has an incredible ability to calm environments? How the simple presence of a Libra can completely change the energy of a place that was tense. This isn't magic, it's not a trick. This is a divine gift placed in the soul of every Libra. The gift of peacemaking. The world is becoming increasingly turbulent, increasingly full of conflicts, fights, and misunderstandings. People have lost the ability to dialogue, to listen, to seek understanding. And in the midst of all this chaos, the divine placed Libra as an instrument of peace. As someone who can build bridges where others only see abysses. As someone who sees possibilities for harmony where others only see war. But I'll tell you a secret, my dear Libra. Being a peacemaker doesn't mean you're weak, or that you run away from problems. Quite the opposite. Being a peacemaker requires immense strength, a courage that few possess. Because it's much easier to resort to conflict, to fighting, to confrontation. The difficult thing, what truly demands greatness of spirit, is seeking peace even when all seems lost. It's extending a hand when everyone is clenching their fists. It's offering dialogue when everyone is shouting. And you, Libra, have been blessed with this celestial strength. You have within you a light that can illuminate even the hardest hearts. A word from you, spoken at the right moment, can completely change the course of an argument. A gesture from you can disarm someone's anger. And do you know why? Because people feel that you are sincere, that you truly care, that your desire for peace does not come from cowardice, but from true love. The peacemaker within Libra doesn't seek peace at any cost. They aren't the kind of person who agrees with everything just to avoid conflict. No. The Libran peacemaker seeks true peace, the kind that comes from mutual understanding, respect, and deep comprehension. You don't suppress problems, you resolve them. You don't hide differences, you teach people to live with them. And that, my love, is wisdom that comes directly from the Creator. How many families have you seen saved because of a Libra who stepped in and brought everyone to a dialogue? How many friendships have been rescued because you showed people that what united them was greater than what separated them? How many marriages have been saved because you helped the couple see each other with eyes of love again? This is no small thing. This is sacred. This is divine. And I need you to understand something very important. The world needs you. It needs your gift. It needs your ability to bring peace amidst chaos. So never let anyone make you believe that you are indecisive, or that you waste too much time trying to make everyone understand each other. Because what you are doing is fulfilling a celestial mission. You are being an instrument of the divine to bring a little bit of heaven here to earth. And there is no nobler purpose than that. Truth 3. Libra sees divine beauty in all things. Now pay attention to this truth I'm about to reveal to you, because it's profound and will help you understand many things about yourself, my dear Libra. You know that way you look at the world? That ability to see beauty where other people only see ordinary things? That way you get emotional at a sunset, at a song, at a kind gesture? That's not exaggerated sensitivity. That's one of the most precious gifts the divine could have given someone. Libra has been blessed with spiritual eyes. Eyes that can see beyond the surface, beyond the material, beyond the obvious. You see the essence of things. You perceive the hand of the Creator in every detail of creation. And this makes you a very special being. A soul that lives in constant connection with the sacred, even without realizing it. People often say that Libras are vain, that they like beautiful things, that they worry too much about appearances. But do you know what's behind that? It's that you understand, deep down in your soul, that beauty is a manifestation of the divine. That when you tidy your home, when you dress well, when you take care of your appearance, you are honoring the temple that has been given to you. You are showing gratitude for life through the pursuit of harmony and beauty. And look how beautiful. Libra doesn't just see beauty in material things. You see beauty in people. You can see the good in every human being, even those others have given up on. You believe in the potential for transformation, in the possibility of change. Because for you, everyone deserves a chance. Everyone has something valuable within them. And this vision, my love, comes straight from the heart of the Creator. But I need to warn you about something. Sometimes this ability to see beauty in everything can cause you suffering. Because you'll see potential in people who don't want to change. You'll believe in those who don't deserve your trust. You'll try to save those who don't want to be saved. And when you're disappointed, it hurts deeply. Because for you, losing faith in someone's beauty is like losing a piece of your own soul. That's why I tell you. Keep seeing the beauty, keep believing in good, keep being that light that illuminates the world. But also learn to protect yourself. Learn to set boundaries. Because the divine didn't give you this gift to hurt yourself, but to inspire, to uplift, to show others how beautiful the world can be when we look with the right eyes. And do you know what Libra's most beautiful mission is in this aspect? It's teaching others to see beauty too. It's infecting people with that sacred perspective you have. Because when you show someone a sunset they hadn't even noticed, when you make someone perceive the kindness of a simple gesture, when you awaken in people the ability to be moved by small things, you are doing profound spiritual work. You are helping people reconnect with the divine through the beauty of creation. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Now let's continue with our video. Truth 4. Libra is a master in the divine art of relationships. Now let's talk about a truth that is essential to understanding the soul of Libra. Have you ever noticed how people of this sign have a deep need to connect with others? How incomplete they feel when they are alone for too long. Many people think this is emotional dependency, but I'll tell you what it really is. It's a divine calling. It's a sacred mission to build bridges between souls. The divine created Libra to be an expert in relationships. Not just romantic ones, no. I'm talking about all types of human relationships. Friendships, family, work partnerships, spiritual connections. Libra understands like no other that we were not made to live in isolation. That life only makes sense when it is shared. That heaven on earth manifests itself through love and true connection between people. And you know what's most beautiful about that? Libra not only values relationships, it knows how to cultivate them. You, my dear Libra, have a natural wisdom for taking care of your relationships. You understand that friendship needs attention, that love needs dedication, that partnership needs balance. You're not one of those who waits for things to fall from the sky. You work for your relationships, you invest in them, you put energy and heart into every connection you make. But I'll tell you a secret you may not have realized yet. This gift of relating well to others isn't just for your own happiness. It's for you to teach others as well. Because we live in a world where people are increasingly disconnected, increasingly incapable of forming true bonds. And in the midst of all this, you are a living example of how love and partnership can work. Of how it's possible to build healthy, balanced, and deep relationships. Libras know how to listen. And that, my love, is a sacred art that is being lost. How many times have you been that person who sat down, looked into someone's eyes, and truly listened to what they had to say? Without judging, without interrupting, without already thinking of your response while they speak. You give people the gift of your total presence, and that is something that heals, that transforms, that shows others that they matter. And I need to tell you something. You're going to get hurt sometimes, because not everyone will value your way of loving, your commitment to relationships. You'll find people who will take advantage of your goodwill, who will drain your energy, who will receive everything you give without giving anything in return. And that will hurt, because for you, relationships are sacred. They are a reflection of divine love. So when someone treats that with disregard, it's as if they are profaning something holy. But don't let these experiences harden you. Don't let disappointment steal from you that beautiful capacity to love and connect. Because the world needs people like you. It needs people who still believe in the power of love, true friendship, and heartfelt partnership. Keep being that person, my dear Libra. Keep building bridges. Keep showing the world that healthy relationships are possible, that love is worthwhile, that together we are stronger. Because every time you create a genuine connection, every time you help two people understand each other better, every time you show someone what it means to be truly loved and valued, you are doing heavenly work. You are bringing a little piece of paradise to earth. And there is no more beautiful mission than that. Truth 5. Libra carries diplomacy as a sacred gift. Let's talk now about a skill that is a trademark of Libra, and that has a much greater spiritual purpose than you imagine. You know that way you can talk to all kinds of people? How you move between different groups without losing your essence. How you speak difficult truths without offending anyone. That's not just tact. That's a divine gift called sacred diplomacy. The divine looked upon you, Libra, and said, "This one will be my ambassador on earth. This one will have the ability to translate feelings, to explain points of view, to make completely different people understand each other." And he placed within you a special wisdom to handle words, gestures, the right moment to speak and the right moment to be silent. But pay attention. Diplomacy isn't about being dishonest. It's not about pretending to agree with everyone. It's not about being spineless or changing your mind depending on who you're talking to. True diplomacy, the kind Libra possesses, is the art of respecting differences without losing your values. It's the ability to disagree without fighting. It's the skill of presenting your point of view in a way that the other person can hear, even if they think differently. You've probably been in situations where everyone was agitated, where tempers were high, and you managed to calm everyone down with just a few well-chosen words. That's not luck. That's not technique. That's the divine working through you. It's celestial wisdom flowing through your mouth. It's the spirit using you as an instrument of peace and understanding. And you know what's even more impressive? Libra manages to do this without losing authenticity. You don't need to lie or manipulate to be diplomatic. You simply have the gift of finding the right words, the right tone, the right approach for each situation. It's as if you have an internal manual that guides you through the most difficult conversations, showing the way to harmony. But I need to warn you about something important. Sometimes people will mistake your diplomacy for indecisiveness. They'll think you don't have your own opinion because you understand the various sides of an issue. They'll think you're weak because you seek dialogue instead of confrontation. And you need to strengthen yourself so that these criticisms don't shake you. Because what you have is not weakness. It's strength. It's wisdom. Spiritual maturity. Think about it. In a world where everyone wants to shout louder, where people have lost the ability to converse, where any difference of opinion becomes a reason for breaking up, you are a beacon of hope. You show that it's possible to disagree and still respect each other. That it's possible to have different thoughts and remain friends. That it's possible to resolve conflicts without violence, without aggression, without disrespect. And this ability of yours to be diplomatic isn't just useful for solving other people's problems. It's useful for you too. It helps you navigate life's turbulent waters with more ease. It helps you get what you need without stepping on anyone. It helps you build a life where your relationships are healthy, where doors open because people trust you, where you can achieve your dreams with the support of everyone around you. So cherish this gift, my dear Libra. Practice it. Develop it. Because the world desperately needs people who know how to converse, who know how to listen, who know how to build bridges instead of walls. And you, with this sacred gift of diplomacy, are exactly the kind of person who can make a difference. Truth 6. Libra possesses heightened spiritual sensitivity. Now I'm going to reveal something to you that you may have already felt, but never fully understood. Libra has a spiritual sensitivity that goes far beyond the ordinary. You don't just feel the energies around you, you absorb them, you process them, you are affected by them in a very profound way. And that, my love, is not a flaw. It's a spiritual superpower. Have you ever walked into a place and immediately felt that something wasn't right? Have you ever been near someone and sensed sadness or anger, even without them saying anything? Have you ever had those premonitions that later proved true? This isn't just your imagination. It's your spiritual antenna working. It's your connection to the invisible, to the subtle, to the spiritual world that exists beyond what our physical eyes can see. The divine gave you this sensitivity for a very special reason, so that you could be an instrument of healing. Because when you feel what others are feeling, you can help them in a much deeper way. You don't need people to speak to know they are suffering. You perceive it, you pick it up, and then you can offer exactly what they need, whether it's a word of comfort, a silent hug, or simply your loving presence. But I need to be very honest with you about something. This sensitivity will sometimes be heavy to bear. Because you will feel not only the good things but also the bad. You will absorb the pain of others as if it were your own. You will carry burdens that are not yours. And if you don't learn to protect yourself energetically, you will end up exhausted, drained, without the strength to even take care of yourself. That's why it's so important for you to understand that you need to create healthy boundaries. You need to learn energy cleansing techniques. You need moments of silence and solitude to recharge. Because you won't be able to help anyone if you're empty, broken, without energy. And the divine doesn't want that for you. He gave you this gift to bless others, But he also expects you to take care of yourself with the same care you give to others. And you know what's beautiful? All this sensitivity makes you a perfect channel for divine messages. You can pick up on intuitions, receive insights, and have clarity about situations in a way that other people can't. It's as if you have a direct line to the spiritual world. And this can guide you, protect you, and show you the right paths to follow. But for this connection to work well, you need to be in balance. You need to take care of your body, your mind, your soul. You need to have moments of prayer, meditation, and conscious connection with the sacred. Because the cleaner you are internally, the more spiritually aligned you are, the clearer this communication with the divine will be. So never be ashamed of your sensitivity. Never let anyone make you believe that you feel too much, that you care too much, that you are too fragile. Because what you have is a rare and precious gift. It's a mark that you were chosen for an important spiritual work. It's a sign that your soul is evolved, conscious, connected to higher dimensions. And that, my dear Libra, is a reason for great pride and gratitude. Truth 7. Libra is the natural guardian of universal harmony. This truth will help you understand why you can't stay calm when things are out of order. Why you feel an almost physical need to fix, organize, and balance everything around you. It's not perfectionism. It's not an obsession. It's because you were divinely appointed to be a guardian of harmony. And that is a sacred and extremely necessary function in today's world. Think about it. The entire universe functions based on harmony, balance, and perfect proportions. The stars, the planets, the seasons, everything follows a divine order. And Libra was created to be a reflection of that order here on Earth. To keep things in their proper places. To ensure that chaos doesn't take over. To be that force that constantly seeks the point of equilibrium in all areas of life. This manifests itself in so many ways in your life. You can't stand messy environments because you feel that external disorder reflects and causes internal disorder. You are bothered when relationships around you are tense because it disturbs your inner peace. You strive to make everything work well, for everyone to be satisfied, for harmony to reign. And this, my love, is not nonsense. It is you fulfilling your celestial mission. But I need to tell you something important. Being a guardian of harmony doesn't mean you have to fix everything and everyone. It doesn't mean you're responsible for everyone's happiness. Because that would be impossible and would lead to total exhaustion. What it means is that you must be a living example of how harmony can exist. You must show through your own life how it's possible to live in balance, in peace, in order. And do you know what Libra's biggest challenge is in this aspect? It's finding harmony within yourself first. Because you spend so much time taking care of other people's balance that you sometimes forget to look inward. You solve everyone else's problems but leave your own unresolved. You calm other people's storms but live amidst internal hurricanes. And that needs to change. The divine wants you to understand that harmony needs to begin within you. It needs to be in your heart, your mind, your soul. When you are at peace with yourself, when you are internally balanced, then you can radiate that harmony to the world. But if you are chaotic inside, how can you bring order to the outside? Therefore, I invite you to engage in deep reflection. Look within yourself. Observe where the imbalance lies. Where are you giving too much and receiving too little? Where are you investing energy and not getting anything in return? Where are you sacrificing your own peace to maintain the peace of others? And then with courage and self-love, make the necessary adjustments. Because when you are truly in harmony with yourself, you will notice something magical happening. The people around you will naturally begin to seek balance as well. Because your energy will be so strong, so magnetic, so inspiring, that others will want to have what you have. And you won't even need to say anything. Your mere presence will already be an invitation to harmony. And that, my dear Libra, is the true power of a guardian of universal harmony. Truth 8. Libra has the divine gift of spiritual mediation. Now let's talk about an absolutely incredible truth that few Librans realize about themselves. You are not just a mediator of human conflicts. You are a mediator between worlds. Between the material and the spiritual. Between the human and the divine. Between what is and what can be. This makes you a sacred bridge. A channel through which blessings flow from heaven to earth. You know when you're talking to someone and suddenly the exact word that person needed to hear comes out of your mouth? You know when you make a simple comment that ends up completely changing someone's life? You know when people come to you just to vent and leave feeling renewed? Even if you haven't done anything but listen? That's not you. It's the divine using you as an instrument. Libra has this incredible ability to be a vehicle for celestial messages. You speak, but often you don't even know where those words came from. You act, but you were guided by an intuition you can't even explain. You are there, present, available, and the universe uses you to do its work here on Earth. And that is a gigantic honor, a sacred responsibility, a spiritual privilege. But for this to work as well as possible, you need to be connected. You need to cultivate your spirituality. You need to have moments of silence where you can hear the voice of the divine. Because the cleaner the channel, the clearer the message. The higher your vibration, the purer the energies that pass through you. And look at this interesting thing. Libra often acts as a mediator without even realizing it. You're there, living your life normally, and suddenly you find yourself in the middle of a situation where someone is needed to make the connection between people, between ideas, between possibilities. And you do it so naturally, so lightly, that you don't even realize the magnitude of the miracle that is happening through you. But I need to warn you about something. Because you are a channel, you can also be used for negative things if you're not careful. That's why it's so important to protect your energy, choose your companions carefully, and select the environments you frequent. Because you absorb everything. And if you are surrounded by negativity, conflict, and low vibrations, you will end up transmitting that too unintentionally. So take good care of that spiritual antenna you have. Keep it always clean, always aligned with what is elevated, with what is pure, with what is divine. Seek connections that strengthen you spiritually. Participate in practices that uplift your soul. Surround yourself with people who vibrate at the same frequency of love and light as you. Because in this way you ensure that you are being a channel only for good, only for love, only for light. And never, ever underestimate the power of your role. Because every time you mediate, every time you connect, every time you build bridges, you are literally bringing heaven to earth. You are materializing blessings. You are allowing miracles to happen. And the divine is extremely grateful to have you as a partner in this sacred mission of transforming the world through love and true connection. Truth 9. Libra is loved by God because it reflects divine love in its essence. And finally, we arrive at the deepest and most beautiful truth of all. The fundamental reason why Libra is so special in the eyes of the Creator. It's not because of your gifts, it's not because of your abilities. It's because, in the purest essence of your being, you reflect one of the most important qualities of the divine itself, unconditional love. Think about it. What is God if not pure love? What is the divine if not a force that embraces everyone, accepts everyone, sees the best in everyone? And when we look at Libra, what do we see? Exactly that. A soul that loves without judging, that accepts without condemning, that seeks to understand instead of criticizing. You, my dear Libra, are a living manifestation of divine love here on earth. This doesn't mean you're perfect. Nobody is. This doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. Everyone does. But it does mean that there's a purity of intention, a kindness of heart, a generosity of spirit within you that is rare and precious. You truly care about people. You truly want everyone to be happy. You truly believe that love can transform the world. And you know what's most beautiful? You love without expecting anything in return. You're not measuring who deserves or doesn't deserve your affection. You're not keeping track of who gave you more or less attention. You simply love. Because it's in your nature. Because that's how you were created. Because the divine breathed into your heart this infinite capacity to love. But I need to tell you a difficult truth. Not everyone will understand your love. Not everyone will value it. Some people will even take advantage of you. They will drain your energy, take everything you have to give, and not reciprocate anything. And that will hurt. Because for you, love is sacred. Love is what gives meaning to life. So when someone treats it with disregard, it's like a stab in the heart. But don't let that change you. Don't let disappointment steal from you that beautiful capacity to love. Because the world is so desperately in need of true love. People are too hurt, too wounded, too hardened. And you, with your open heart, with your willingness to love, are a light in the darkness. You are hope. You are living proof that goodness still exists in the world. God loves you deeply because you choose love every day. Even when it's difficult. Even when it would be easier to close your heart. Even when you've been hurt 1,000 times. You continue to believe in love. You continue to choose to love. And that, my dear Libra, makes you one of the Creator's most special children. Because in the end, what will remain is not your material achievements, not your professional accomplishments, not your possessions. What will remain is the love you spread, the lives you touched, the hearts you warmed, the souls you helped heal. And in that, Libra is a master. In that, you are incomparable. In that, you perfectly fulfill the purpose for which you were created. So move forward with that certainty in your heart. You are loved. You are special. You have a divine purpose. And every day that you wake up and choose to be light, choose to be love, choose to be an instrument of blessing in the lives of others, you are making the Creator smile. You are fulfilling exactly what you were designed to do. And there is no better feeling than that. Look, we've reached the end of this incredible video. And I sincerely hope that each of these 9 truths has touched your soul in a profound way. Because it wasn't by chance that you arrived here. The universe brought you to this message at the exact moment you needed to hear these words. My dear Libra, do you now understand the magnitude of the blessing you carry? Do you comprehend the scope of your mission here on Earth? Every characteristic you possess, every gift you have, every challenge you face. All of this is part of a greater divine plan. You are not here by chance. You were chosen. You were blessed. You were destined to make a difference. And I want to extend an invitation to you today. Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking you're weak because you seek peace. Stop thinking you're indecisive because you can see all sides. Stop diminishing yourself because your heart is too big. Because all those things you consider flaws are actually your greatest gifts. They are divine marks on your soul. So lift your head and walk with confidence. You are a beloved child of God. You are an instrument of peace, justice, love, and harmony in this world. And the divine is extremely proud of you. It is thrilled every time you choose love instead of hate. It is celebrating every time you build bridges instead of walls. It is smiling every time you spread light instead of darkness. Now I want to ask you something. If these truths resonated with you, if you felt these words went straight to your heart, leave your birth date in the comments. I want to know you're here, that you received this message, that you're part of this beautiful community of souls seeking spiritual growth and enlightenment. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I invite you to do so now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because every week I bring you messages like this, content that will help you better understand who you are, what your purpose is, and how you can live a life more aligned with the divine. And you won't want to miss any videos, I guarantee it. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. My dear Libra, go forward with the certainty that you are special. You are unique. You are loved by the Creator. And your mission here is too beautiful for you to waste time doubting yourself. Spread love wherever you go. Be light. Be peace. Be the change you want to see in the world. Because you have that power. You were made for this. And the divine is counting on you. May heavenly blessings always accompany you. May harmony reign in your life. May love always be your guide. And may you never ever forget how important and loved you are. A giant hug to your heart. Until the next video, and may God bless you infinitely.